Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying for Beginners with Jim Misiura. Today we're going to tie a fly that is pretty popular, and it's a pretty good fly, and this is a mop fly. I prefer to call them crane fly larva. The hook that I have in my Pueblo vise is a jig style hook, and this hook comes from Hemingway's jig fly barbless hooks, and this package is a size 12, but I'm using a size 14, and I have a 3mm black bead on there. I'm going to start out by adding extra weight on here, and I'm going to use 15 thousandths lead-free wire, and I broke a piece off, so I'm just going to use that, and I'm going to put about 10 or 12 wraps on it. Start about in the middle. The lead-free wire doesn't break as easily as lead wire, but make sure you check your state regulations before you use the extra weight. I'm going to use black thread. This just happens to be 16/0. You can use 8/0. We're going to start our thread behind the lead wraps, and we're going to force that lead forward and then go ahead and cover it. Doesn't have to be covered all the way, just go back and forth a couple of times. Now we're not going to take our thread all the way to the back. We're going to stop there just about at the middle, maybe a little bit further. First one we're going to tie is a green mop fly, and I got this, picked this up at AutoZone. I got two of them for $4. There's a green one and here's a gray one. Just simply pull one out. Just cut that off. Now I'm going to take that. There's the manufactured end. Here's the end I cut. Now we're just going to pull that. This actually makes it a little bit shorter, but what it does by pulling that fluff out, it exposes the threads. And that's what we want to make sure we get to secure it. Simply tie that on. And secure that. The nice thing about this fly is this moves around in the current a lot. Now I'm going to use some black rabbit fur, and this is my own crystal blend. To make the head section. And yes, this is a pretty big fly. This mop is over an inch, but I was recently using them and they worked pretty darn good. I got more on the gray one than I did on the green one. The green one is basically a green weenie. So we're going to load up that black dubbing on that front part, and I'm going to make it thick, because what I'm going to do is tease it out after I wind it. And I'm going to keep this mostly on the back section here. Now I'm going to take my dubbing teaser, simple piece of Velcro, the Velcro hooks, and we're just going to tease that back to blend it in to the green. Just take that right around. Get it underneath if you could. So we got that blended in there nicely. Now on the front of the head, I'm going to use a black ostrich herl. We're just going to tie that in. Bring that thread up to the head. And we're going to wind that. Oop, and back that off there. I want to get that a little bit closer. There we go. That right up close to the fur. Now I'm going to use my rotary feature on my vise. It's rolling on the lead. I'm just going to go back and forth on it and it'll make it nice and thick. Finish it up front. We're going to tie that off. Pull that tag back and put a couple wraps in front of it. You can break it off. Just take your whip finish and finish that. Take the poke and snip, aka cuticle trimmer, put a little bit of head cement on that bead and let it roll back into the knot.
What are you doing, tying place?
I'm making a video.
Oh, sorry.
And here's a green weenie. And now I'm going to tie a crane fly larva with the gray. Now with your vise, if you have two thumb screws to secure it, put your hook in your vise, tighten the top thumb screw just to thumb tight. You should be able to actually move the hook still, and then take the bottom screw and tighten that till it's just thumb tight, and then just give it like maybe 1/8 of a turn extra, and that is going to hold that in there. Then I'm going to take my lead wire once again, start about in the middle, the lead free wire once again is a little bit tough. Push that forward. Get rid of the tag end. Once again, we're going to take our thread, going to push that lead wire forward. Got a little bit of a gap there between the lead and the bead. Fill that in quickly. We break that off. Take our gray one. Like I said, I did better with the gray one. Going to trim that. Pull the loose fuzz off the end. Till you expose those threads. There should actually be 4 threads on there. And we're going to tie that on. Very easy to tie fly. Like I said, the crane fly larva is a big bug that's under the water, so they're not going to hesitate to take them. take our black dubbing, black rabbit dubbing, take our dubbing teaser, just to blend that in. Now we're going to take our black ostrich herl. We're going to tie that in. And we're going to wrap that. Use my rotary feature. Tie this off. That one isn't breaking as easily, so I'm going to use the poke and snip. Give that a whip finish. There we go, and we have our crane fly larva. And anything that swims, any fish is going to eat this. I'm sure you can catch anything from trout to carp on this, bluegills, bass, anything that swims, like I said, is going to eat this. There's crane flies found everywhere in all kinds of waters. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please visit my sponsors. Please refer me to your friends. Leave comments, questions, suggestions. And most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.